tomorrow. They're second on the table. You go home. It's a huge test. You must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are. I think Adelaide are a very, very good team, especially going forward. They can score quickly. They're quick in transition moments, and and it's never an easy game going into to Coopers. So they'd probably be hurting a little bit as well after last week's loss to Sydney. But a tough game. We haven't had a really good record there, to be honest. I think the last time we won was 2018, so that's a hell of a long time. I think 9 or 10 visits to Coopers. So that's something that we need to change.
I guess, Vidi, how do you, is there a mental hang-up associated with that? Because, sorry, I was just looking up the numbers then, and it's been quite a while since you've won there. You've lost 10 times at Coopers. I mean, there's been some famous results there as well, like the Australia Cup final. Is there a hang-up about going to Adelaide and Melbourne City?
No, I don't think so. I think every club has, if you want to call it a bogey team, or you go to a place that you just generally don't get results. I remember a while back, I'm not sure what it's like now, I remember coaching Adelaide, and all the New Zealand teams coming to Adelaide hardly ever won. So it's just one of those things. But that's just all history, and you got to always try to break it. And although we had a down performance with the result last game against Macarthur, we're in a pretty good shape, and our mentality is strong. We can do a lot better in our front third, and that's something that we have to get better at, and we're looking forward to the challenge. I think it's just a really, really good game to really go 100 miles an hour at them, and have a good crack and see where it takes us.
In that front third, you were able to get Lecky and Tilio back before the bye week. They've had another week off to recover now. It's another week for Maxi as well to recover. How are they all tracking?
Yeah, excellent. Really well. They've had a bit of work into them. They'll all be in the squad. We're about to go out now and have our final session today before we leave this afternoon. So they should all be in the squad unless something happens this morning. But all looking well. Lex had 35 minutes against Macarthur and looked really strong. Tills had 15 minutes. We'll build on Tills' game minutes, and Maxi's plodding along quite nicely as well. So obviously Maxi been out for a little while and not a hell of a lot of match fitness, but he's had some minutes in the last couple of games, last couple of weeks with the NPL side. So he'll be a little bit rusty, but really nice to have him back.
Is Lex close to pushing for a start? 35 minutes. I know you like to build him gradually.
Yeah, we've been mindful with Lex. We obviously need him on the pitch, and we're monitoring his lows during the course of the week. He feels really good. I think what's most important for Lex is that he's feeling good going into the weekend, going into games, which we probably haven't done that well previously. So we're managing his training sessions, and if he feels good, then there's a potential to start. So we'll just wait and see after today's session and see how he pulls up.
You expect Adelaide to be stinging a fair bit after, on top of the world, and then Sydney FC have brought him back down to earth. Is that one you've got to be wary of, that sort of sting in the tail with the proud club?
Yeah, but I think everyone's in the same situation. After a loss, you're hurting, and you want to sort of redeem yourself and come back stronger. And they're no different. We've lost our last two, so we're in a situation where we can't afford a third loss, and everything's so tight there anyway. 1 or 2 wins puts you in a great position. 1 or 2 losses puts you out of the 6. Well, 10 days ago we were at top of the table, and 2 weeks later, or 10 days later, we're 7th. I know we've got a couple of games in hand, but that's all they are. They're 2 games in hand to some other teams, and you need to win those. So, big game. I'm really looking forward to, obviously, from personal and emotional reasons, and it'll be nice to go there and get a win.
Aurelio, we've been peppering you with questions about Lex and Tilios in recent months, but with them back now, I guess we can ask about some of the other players. Do you sort of have timelines on when the likes of Jonathan and Andreas might be pushing to return, either just to full training or for games themselves?
Andreas has joined most of our sessions this week, so we're looking to see how he continues that next week. So he's probably closer than most. John has started running also this week, so he's got no pain in his MCL, and he's still probably, I'd say, somewhere like 3 to 4, probably even more, probably 4 or 5, I'd say. On a positive news also, Ali Lapane has trained almost doing everything with the group this week, and he's looking really good. But again, he'll need another 3 or 4 weeks of conditioning to get himself in a real good spot. But really positive that most of those guys are back. Obviously, the long-term guys, Nabu and Nikovsky, they won't be available till next year, so next season. So yeah, on track to getting most back. So as I said, Maxi, Tils, Lex, Andreas in the next couple of weeks, I would say. So that's looking positive.
And you mentioned it, I think, before we started this, but with all those players coming back, we're sort of drawing a line through any additions in the January window.
To be honest, I don't think with those guys that we haven't had all year, they're new players to us anyway. So at this stage, I said that earlier, I don't think we're going to do any business. So they obviously give us a lot of strength and a lot of depth coming back. So and they're generally our main guys, that have been missing for the majority of the season. So we put ourselves in a pretty good position, and now hopefully getting closer to our full strengths puts us potentially in a much better position. So there's probably, it's not necessary really to do any business in the window.